I realize now that I'm doing this as a day-to-day, every day.
He was provocative to the point of getting people to follow him. I didn't, not to be honest, never heard of him.
Just his rationing in jail.
Do you think you're on a similar journey? Have you been on it? Will you get on it?
So,
What's PDA?
Public displays of affection.
So sorry.
I find out what's happening and then I curate classes for that. Is this a class that's more commercial? Is this a weekend class? No, I was so afraid of starting because everybody was doing it and I hid and I was like, yo, mango whipped
body butter.
And I whip it myself, girl. I'll be flicking that wrist.
Oh, I mean,
I'm so unhinged. Cancel culture prohibits people like me saying anything. I'll be saying things, they'd be like, Allah, asimfuni.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Fanatic Mindset. We're in season 2 and this is episode 4. You are not gonna believe who my guest is. I'm nervous, I'm crazy, I'm excited. I have it all. I am beyond excited. You came!
Hi Sugar, how you doing?
I'm good!
I'm happy to be here. Thanks for having me. Of course I came.
So guys, my first celebrity guest.
Hello, hey guys, and not the last, We are just opening up a chapter for growth.
Hello.
Yes,
yes.
Exactly.
So my guest, in case you don't know her, but where have you been, is Gina Koffman.
Yes.
Am I saying that right, Koffman?
Kaufman, yes, you are. What do you know? Where it comes from? Why?
Yeah.
Maiden surname. My dad had Taola and Anyala Mamaka, so I just say, so it's one of those things where my grandmother had a deal with my grandfather from both my paternal and maternal side that I'm going to keep my maiden surname because my father passed on before he could marry my mom. So yeah, I just kept my maiden surname, and my great grandfather happened to be German Jewish, and his surname was Koffman, so Gina Koffman.
Say it again. German Jewish?
When? Chami, I can't. I cannot discipline every Jew. It's not even bad.
Then, somewhere in the relatives, there's.
No, I'm not chicken eating. Keep like a mindset. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak.
Oh, you can say that again. I get you. I feel you.
Wabon?
So guys, anyway, as you can see, Gina is my guest today. We're going to talk about so many things.
I can't wait.
I'm going to talk about so many things. So I was watching an episode of you. I think it was on Nozi's podcast. And one of the things which I think was a little bit frustrating for her is man. Like you don't finish a thought. And I thought, that's my kind of girl. I can have 5 conversations in one, but I will always finish all 5 conversations.
Yes.
And that's you, Nick?
Yes, 100%.
Thank God.
I think people are just impatient, you know, they don't want to watch me land, but it's okay, maybe they don't have the capacity or the storage, you know,
So we're going to talk about a whole lot of things today.
Okay.
We're going to talk about the businesses.
Okay, let's chat.
We're going to talk about the acting.
Okay.
We're going to talk about the yoga and the starving, because you told me about that, and I'm so interested in going through that.
Yeah.
And we're also going to talk about, which is really important, I think, what young people need to take out of this conversation. But of course, she's also a young person, guys. Yeah.
I'm old. I'm in my 30s. No, 30s old.
Can you still vote for the youth league?
Yes.
Then you're young.
Okay.
Yeah, you're considered youth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like a few more years to go. Like 3 years and I'm out.
Yeah, listen, it did hit me hard when I was no longer being able to vote for the youth league.
Weren't you excited?
No, I didn't want to. I wanted to continue voting for the youth league.
Why?
It's funny because I think being in your early 30s, you're excited, 30s, and then you really start to daunt getting older when you get to about 34.
You feel like aging is a tedious process?
Yeah. But also it's like there's so much ageism in the world. You feel like you're going to become irrelevant, which is weird that you don't feel like that because you're in an industry where irrelevance is such a thing, right?
Oh, yeah.
And then once I hit 40, it didn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
40 is the best.
I can't wait for 50.
Oh.
Yeah. I think 50s, 60s, I'm gonna be so hot. I can't wait.
Let's talk about your hotness now. You have a 9-month-old. How do you look like this?
How do I look like this after 9 months? I pushed. Girl, I pushed. I pushed that boy out. I try to like keep a balanced life because and I'm not gonna starve myself to a point where I don't get to enjoy what I enjoy, and I actually starve myself a lot. Yeah, so yoga, not as much as I should be practicing, teaching more than practicing, because I realize now that I'm doing this as a day-to-day, every day, and it's part of my occupation, I don't actually enjoy doing it as much as I think. I
get you.
A lot of treatments.
Wow. Wait.
I haven't been for any treatments since I've given birth though.
Okay, but what kind of treatments?
I don't know, maybe if I could, some EMS would help.
EMS is
electric shock.
Ooh, does that help with your tummy? What does that do?
Yeah, it does help with your tummy. It burns your fat.
And then can you have
like
a flatter tummy?
20,000 crunches at once.
Oh.
Yeah. So if you behave that week, you wake up like the next week and like you've lost like 6 centimeters.
No way.
You just need to behave. That's the thing. Like the problem is like the follow through.
Yeah.
It's like don't stop at McDonald's on your way from the treatment. Don't have that Kit Kat. It's not worth it.
Counterintuitive.
Girl, and that piece of chicken you're stealing at night, we see you. I'm that person. So, oh, yeah, it gets a bit
struggle.
It is.
So let's introduce you properly to my very small followership.
Your community?
My community.
Your community. Hi, tribe. How y'all doing?
So let's talk about the acting first, because I think that's probably where a lot of people recognize your face from.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Before we talk about that, can we talk about how we met?
Oh, yes, we did. We met at a leadership summit.
Yes. And you had come in a little bit late. No judgment, friend. You looked hot.
I mean, fashionably so.
Yeah. It was a fashionable late. And then you sat somewhere, and I saw you. I was like, I didn't get the memo to look like that. And you had the most amazing bronze shoes. Do you remember those?
Oh yeah, the little sparkly ones.
Yeah.
I love shoes. Oh my
gosh. Do you really?
I love shoes.
Me too.
I think shoes are the one place I can get to feel like a lady.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely. And then after the event, I then asked the last question, and that's where you saw me.
Yeah.
And then after the event, we literally walked to each other like you know how magnets go to each other.
And we were both like, they didn't answer your question. I remember that. I was like, no, babe, they didn't answer your question.
And it was, I thought, quite a poignant question.
It was.
Because it was about leadership in the workspace. It was about bullying in the workspace. Yeah. But yeah, we'll get to that. So let's go back to introducing you to my tribe.
Okay, chat to me.
The acting thing, I want to know where it started, but maybe before going to where it started, let's talk about what are the big roles that you're on now.
Motherhood is the biggest role I'm on right now.
Okay.
I look at everything that I do in my life as like a character I have to assume and play. Like I think the one thing acting has helped me with is to be able to understand the different roles I need to play, even in my own life. Yeah, it's like, no, I'm a sister. What are the characteristics of a sister?
Sure.
What are the traits? What are the responsibilities? How does she act? What are the gestures, the mannerisms? You know, is it holding space? Is it giving hugs? Is it as compared to like being in a romantic relationship? You know, how do I act? How do I walk? Is it PDA? So
wait, what's PDA?
Public displays of affection.
So sorry.
Okay, no, it's okay.
I am a little bit older.
Okay, yeah, that's
my
fair.
excuse.
I mean, I don't know. I found out about the Riz the other day, so I'm also old in the way that I didn't know what Riz was. I thought Riz was Rizla, but clearly it wasn't. It's like apparently like hitting on someone. Like if I'm courting you, see exactly, I'm still using words like court.
Yeah.
If I'm courting you.
I know what that means.
Yeah, then if I get it right, then I'm like, oh, there was a W Riz. Like it was a win or like an L Riz. I found this out from an 8-year-old, by the way, sorry.
I have never even heard those words.
Yeah. Let's have a drink. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, let's have coffee. Okay, so motherhood, but in the industry, like the actual acting gigs, what are you busy with right now?
I've been on a hiatus, a little bit of hibernation. So this is one of my first coming out type of hello, how are you? Exclusive. Yeah, I've been very selfish with my energy. You know, I've been very intentional and deliberate as to where I'm placing myself in the capacity that I have. Because in South Africa, audience members, unfortunately, have been assumed to be very dumb because we feed them everything, you know, to such an extent whereby even our actors aren't given range to show their range. You know, people are typecasted, stereotyped. So once the hot girl, always the hot girl. So
I was about to say that. Like we were talking a little bit earlier about your body and starving yourself, but that's because that's kind of the category that you've kind of been locked into. Yeah,
of course. I mean, now I'm more on a maintenance plan than a maintain me plan.
Ooh.
Yeah, you know, because a maintain me plan means you're maintaining me to play a certain character. A maintenance plan is like, this is who I have to be for the rest of my life. So like it's a lifestyle audit more than it's a character audit. Yeah, because like the decisions that I made when I was younger, it was always like, okay, I need to fit into a crop top. What can I do to fit into a crop top so I can be hot, so I can get the gig and get the role? Because in South Africa, sex sells.
Yeah.
So if you're not the skinny hot girl on TV, then what other character are you gonna play?
Yeah.
You know, and there's only 2 or 3 best friends on screen. Everybody else is half naked, squatting on someone, kissing somebody or something, laying on their back. You know, I always ask
yeah, when does the acting start? Yeah,
I don't know. I really don't. You know, so as I said, I've just been very selfish with my energy, and I'm only coming back now, taking roles that I feel will display my range and my talent. You know,
God, you sound so mature, friend.
I have to chummy and go ahead. So why must I go and gravel?
Please say that again.
Go ahead,
because I think it's such a vital point for young people to understand today, particularly young people who are trying to go into your industry, is you get treated the way you want to be treated.
Yes.
The way you give people permission to treat you. And I think your point of saying my starting point is go high habangoba. Nobody kicked me out. That is such a strong, almost anchoring thought.
Yeah. I mean, also we don't teach the business of artistry. So a lot of children come into the entertainment industry very talented, and then they leave very broken, because in South Africa we glorify stardom, not talent. So when you're the it person is the more we like, okay, cool, this is the person we go with. You show up for an audition, a job interview. How many followers do you have? Not what experience do you have, not what skill set do you have, not what can you do for us.
My God.
So nobody cares about the tools and the skills required in order to execute anymore. It's more like this consumer culture is all about how much more can we ride on your wave to make our wave better.
Completely.
Yeah.
And I mean, we were talking a little bit earlier about the recent shooting of Charlie Kirk, and Charlie being, I mean, if you think about how he came to stardom, is because he used social media.
Yeah.
Not because he was brilliant mentally or anything that, right?
Of course.
And he had huge following, and everyone, like he was provocative to the point of getting people to follow him. But what you're saying is that shouldn't be the case.
I think they're great journalists who have a lot to say, who are very qualified and probably more knowledgeable and opinionated than Charlie Kirk ever will be. What's in his goal? I didn't know about this guy until the day he got shot.
Shailene, to be honest, never heard of him.
Just his rationing, Nji.
Yeah, I also do. I did question that a lot.
He doesn't strike me as somebody that can hold a conversation without taking it personal, getting emotional.
Yeah.
Like when I watched a lot of his videos, seemed very biased,
yes,
narrow-minded.
Yes,
my point and my point only. You cannot change him, and those are very dangerous people to
Those are very dangerous people. But again, those are people who have tapped into their ability to get followers versus a skill. Do you know what I mean? Which is what you're saying about acting in South Africa at times.
I mean, he can afford the bots too.
Yeah, I suppose.
So my thing is also when it comes to following, how legitimate is somebody's following? You know, because in a world where people also are under so much pressure to prove that they're successful, people are now buying followers.
Sure.
You know, so
is that a thing?
It's a thing.
You can buy followers?
It's a real thing. You can buy followers.
Oh wow. Okay.
You can even buy ready-made accounts.
Oh wow. So what should my daughter, my son, my niece, my nephew, who's like, I genuinely have a love for the artistry of acting or of the industry you're in, what should they be doing to be thinking about how they get in there authentically?
I think the first thing is to be authentic with yourself.
Okay.
And create from a point of being you. So many people are trying to be different that they're starting to look alike.
Yeah. That's so crazy.
Yeah, it's like, no.
There's no differentiation.
No. How? When all the BBLs are the same doctor?
Yeah. But also, you know what the funny thing is you get people like, gosh, I can't, Enrivo. Cynthia.
I love Cynthia.
She is amazing.
I love her.
Amazing.
What a beautiful vocalist.
Right? When she got into the industry, she looked fundamentally different from what she looks like now.
Okay.
I mean, she was a little bit chubbier. Yeah. Her face was rounder.
Of course.
She looked so much like somebody I could relate to.
Yeah.
And I feel like she's transitioned, and probably not because she started off wanting to transition to become where she is now, but she's transitioned to look more like what I think Hollywood expects.
Of course, she's commercial now. So you were the startup capital. She didn't need you to keep the business going.
Okay.
Yeah. So Luna, and then somebody, this is what the price of fame is.
Sure.
And the price of fame says that when you climb up this ladder, from your 100,000 followers, 20,000 will fall off. But don't worry, you'll get the next 500,000. So the cost is to lose the 20,000, but the gain is 500,000 more.
Yeah.
So you make those sacrifices, and it's a call you have to make to be like, you know what, the cost of going commercial is losing some of your audience members, because as you said, you might not relate to her now.
Yeah.
But 500,000 other women that have insecurity, self-esteem issues that are like, we get why she did that. They fit into the mold. She's actually working out perfect for the system.
Do you think you're on a similar journey? Have you been on it? Will you get on it? Like, are you going to be challenged in that way?
I think for me, if South Africa provided the budget that allowed us to lose weight at a rapid pace, I definitely will.
Okay.
Right now, I'm pacing myself. I'm doing what I can to make sure that I'm confident and comfortable in my body. I mean, I don't want to put too much pressure on myself. I never want to be a person that puts too much pressure on myself. No. I can't.
I love that.
And I remember we spoke about this. Pressure is a man-made construct. I refuse to fall into that trap.
Yes.
I refuse.
Yes. Pressure is a man-made concept.
Yeah.
I think it is so important, particularly for people younger than you, to understand that as they go into this journey. I mean, a lot of kids go and study film, they go and study acting, they get into the real thing, and then it's nothing like what they were studying, right?
Course.
Because pressure is a man-made concept.
So I studied. I have 2 degrees in life performance, and then I look at it and I'm like, a year, 120,000 Australian. I've been in varsity for 4 years. So 120 times 4, give 480,000, give half a million. Go high, back half a million.
Yeah. Wow.
So you look at such things and you ask me, what should young people do? Should they want to get into the industry? I don't want to say to them, don't go to school. But if you're going to do it in South Africa, why are you wasting your time?
Don't waste time.
Yeah, I think you should just apply yourself to know what needs to be done and what's required. In today's world, it's not what you know, it's who you know. Just have the basic skill sets. Instead of doing the 4 years, go for a year.
Yes.
I mean, definitely equip yourself, but don't do backflip.
Yes.
The industry will not glorify you for being a teacher's pet. We're not in the industry of you knowing the answers. No.
Sure.
No. Nobody cares, to be quite honest.
You know what I'm loving about this conversation? You're telling the hard truth.
Hey man.
Because in a lot of other celebrity conversations or actor conversations, people will talk about do the hard work, go to school, get your qualifications, drink water, and you're saying
I don't
that
even
is
know
not
what my
the
degree
reality.
is. Can I tell you the truth? Whether it's something matrasi.
You've never actually had to produce it?
Ever. I don't know where the paper, the actual,
Oh my gosh.
I didn't even have the rigor to put it on the wall. That's how ashamed I am. Like when I go to job interviews, they'll ask me and I'll be like, in my producing work, they'll ask, what are you qualified in? Can you produce whatever? And I'll tell them, this is the work that I've done in my honors. But as a live performer, I don't know.
Sure.
I have no idea.
So let's talk about we spoke about motherhood being the most important of all the roles, with your 9-month-old babiki.
So cute,
sweet baby, who's still gonna get to 17, and I can tell you all about that, but that we would have to say.
Girl, I can't wait for him to be 21. Then he ain't my issue no more. He need to be 21 quick. He need to figure himself out.
He's a mama's baby because you don't think he's gonna be, but I hope he is a mama's baby and always will be. That's the best part about sons.
No.
I love it.
He must be free. Uguti, someone's daughter mustn't think I'm holding them back.
Yeah, I get you.
I don't want that.
Because we're raising people's husbands. I guess
we're raising people's husbands. We're raising and out to go be someone's husband.
Oh, I love that. Then we spoke about the acting.
Yes.
And there's been quite a few roles. There's been The River. There's been.
What else have I done? Oh my gosh, guys, I won a con in South Africa. Khalina taba gore ke win award ko France. Lena taba ka The River.
Pepe, you bua ka yona.
It happened. I want taba. They have a 15-second concentration span. Do you think they're going to focus on anything else?
Stop it!
It's true. It's what social media has done.
She has a con. You better recognize.
Right now, we are always scrolling. The first 5 seconds, you know whether you want to watch a video or not. So what was the conversation that I'm going to hold trying to explain to people what Cannes Film Festival is?
What was that for? What did you win that award for?
Best African Film for Clever-ish. It's on Amazon Prime.
Best African Film for Clever-ish. It's on Amazon
Prime,
Prime.
Yeah. Subscribe if you guys don't have it.
Yeah. As you're subscribing to this podcast too.
Yes. And
share,
and comment, and share.
All that. So then.
That was so nice.
I know. Such a moment.
Right?
Love it.
Talk to me.
Love it. So then there's this acting gig. I mean, for me, I'm sorry, I didn't know that because as I was doing my research, it didn't come up. But
I also don't celebrate a lot of my wins, which is so strange.
And it is huge. I don't know that people understand, but winning a con, it is huge.
It's big.
It's huge.
Yeah.
And very few South African artists have done that, nor will they ever get the opportunity. And you did that. True. And for me, that is something that we should be celebrating and shouting at the top of our voices. Do you know what I mean? But then on top of it, you've started to do this. There's one little piece of what you do that I'm leaving towards the end because I think it's going to be a longer conversation. Okay. But then you've gotten now into the yoga world.
Yes, wellness.
Tell me about that. Wellness. So, I get what's that now. Wellness.
So, the acting came when I didn't want to be myself. So I had to escape my reality, and characters allowed me to run away from whatever was happening at home. But then I got sick because I delved too deep and nobody told the brain that it was lying. In South Africa, I am a budget psychologist again. And I am a medical aid actor. So now, how do I heal myself? How do I come back to who am I? Who am I when no one is watching? Because I'm so used to people watching me every day that I end up behaving like that person they see every day.
Sure.
So then the wellness came into play.
How did you recognize the need to, because when you're in that energy, you could have gone self-destruction.
Oh, girl, I did that too. Oh,
no. But you chose the wellness.
I mean, I chose both. I have had a perfect balance. Okay. I knew that there's certain things I had to get out of the way when I was young. So I partied, I drank, I went out. I did the normal things I was supposed to do at the appropriate age. I said first year, let me bank a bit, let me date this guy, And then eventually you sit down and you have a conversation with yourself on what do I want? And how far do I want to get? And what's holding me back? What habits do I need to retire? What habits do I need to require? What's my new routine? What does it look like? What are the practical applications? Was my question to myself. So I sat down, I did the shadow work. I remember 16, my first therapy session. I go to therapy religiously. I'm a therapy enthusiast. I suggest people go to therapy.
I am too.
Yeah, my therapist actually, she's like my life coach.
Ooh.
I don't even call her my therapist. I go to my therapist with my vision board, and I'm like, Debbie, this is my goal. And he reached the goal. Why? What is standing in between me and this thing?
Yeah.
What must I do inside to get there? And she'll tell me this and this and this is what's prohibiting you.
Sure.
So when I recognized that and I saw that as a need to die, to die to my old self,
Because you even used to use different names at some point, right?
I change my name every decade.
Yes, girl.
Every decade.
Why the hell not?
I mean, I'm Gina now, so when I'm 40, I'll be Erica, and when I'm 50, I won't have a name.
Oh.
Girl, it's all planned out. You know why, right?
Yeah.
So here's my thing. When I'm 50, I'll be going through menopause. It's my excuse to lose my marbles.
Sorry,
Exactly.
It starts at 40.
Perinatal.
Perimenopause, yeah. So I'm in perimenopause now. It's hell.
Perimenopause.
Jesus.
Yeah, when I can even change earlier.
Yeah, so you don't have to wait till 50.
Okay, that works too.
Yeah.
It's just my excuse to like lose my marbles and be someone else and be a creative, and because what else am I gonna do? Because also humanity wants to hold us back as to how far we can go and express ourselves.
What are we gonna call you when you've gone into the nameless phase?
I am the great I am. Yeah, because he
Such
lives
a
in me.
brave,
Yeah, it's I am. You can call me whatever you feel like calling me. Like, names also, it's like whether I have a name, I don't have a name, the spirit's still the same.
Oh yes, he lives in us. He lives in
all of us.
He
So I just want to
us.
be like a testimony of what it means to walk people home while I'm on earth. So we'll see what that looks like in my 50s. I can imagine my son is going to go through so much with my personality, but I can also imagine how open he's going to be.
Very
So I'm
open-minded.
very excited for even now. Like he feels like he can fly. I'm like, don't do that. Don't do that.
Down from there, you're gonna get hurt.
Girl, I'm trying to keep him alive.
Yeah.
Like they're hazard to themselves. Like don't do that.
That is true. That is true. I mean, I look at my son. I'm like 17. How did I get it right? And
Did you have help?
Lots of help. I had, and I'm never shy to talk about it because I think anybody who's trying to become like superwoman out here is maybe a little bit delulu. I had my hubby, I had my sisters, and I also had 2 nannies.
Girl.
Yeah, so
Girl, that makes a lot of sense.
And it worked for me. For me, I'm not shy about it. One nanny would sleep with the baby at night, and then the other would be with him during the day, and then swap it out.
Yeah.
It helped me to remain sane because I had postnatal depression as well. So it was a mess. It was a mess.
Yeah, postnatal depression's a lot of like I don't even know if I'm going through it, if I'm through it, I just know I'm a survivor, girl.
You're a survivor.
Yeah, when I'm out, I'll let you know. Like right now, I'm just like, okay, we're here. Adapting. Yeah, we're here.
Love that.
I showed up. Other people didn't show up today. I showed up. I showed up for myself, like Mvugile.
And that's good enough. I think that's the thing we need to teach people as they go through life. That is good enough.
Yeah.
You don't have to be perfect every day. Just showing up is good enough.
Because yesterday you might have not showed up.
Yesterday you might not have shown up. So I want to transition to the business. Wait, did we finish talking about no, we didn't actually. We didn't finish talking about the yoga and
the wellness stuff. You asked how it came about, and I just told you how it came out because the acting was loud.
So maybe tell me what it actually is.
In the wellness, it was all about body meets mind meets spirit. When my spirit was wandering, when my body was here, it was delivering. I was ratings, it seemed very successful, everything that was materializing in the physical world, but the spirit was not here. And when I was looking for the spirits, I was like, where do I go to bring her back? And then I would remember conversations I'd have with my grandmother who that's meditation. Those are conversations with yourself, with your ancestors, with your lineage, with God, in such small, simple, spaces and steps.
Yes,
that's yoga.
And didn't our grandmothers always say that? Just around the corner, completely.
I love our culture, our language so much. It teaches us so much about healing, meditation, yoga than we even ever know. Even with mental health. I mean, as simple as dumelang. Dumelang is like, I'm asking you if we're dumelang.
Yes.
Then I ask you lekai, meaning where are you? Everything. Then you can engage in the conversation, meaning I have the capacity to have this conversation. Because hell is thing without everything. So when you look at how watered down we've become, and these are things we came with, these are things we know.
Sure.
So the wellness was always within me.
I mean, to that point, I think for me, I've always said, as I've gotten older, I get why our parents, our grandparents, I get why culture demanded us to do certain things. Some of it, and we, a lot of the time we want to make it about ancestral spirits. It means jolo, so your twasa, and sometimes it's actually just because there were practical things. Like now with Shaka Ilembe, I think a lot of people are starting to learn how the Zulu people, the Zulu cultures came about. Mazulu, unlike Makosa, Habai Tabing, right? And there was and I'm sure there were people who used to think it was something to do with the spirits and the ancestors. It was actually quite a practical reason. He just didn't have time to have the boys be off for however long.
They were fighting, girl.
They were fighting, girl.
They had things they needed to do.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of that in our history, in our cultures, that we don't play around with enough or try to understand enough. So what is it in particular in the wellness process? It's, I keep calling it yoga, but I want to kind of understand what it is you do, how often you do it, do you do it for people?
I am a qualified wellness facilitator, so I do it for people. I'm actually from a class like a few minutes ago. I do it for people. It's an offering. I always think of all the work that I do as healing work, even in my performance.
Wow.
Because when you see a character like Beauty, a Beauty at home, you can relate because I'm as honest to say, so the work that I do, it's the offering. And that's I'm feeling I can't keep it to myself. That's my purpose. And if I don't do what I'm supposed to do here, then I'm gonna come back. So I don't wanna come back. So I need to do what I need to do.
Sure.
And share it.
I love that. And what I love about the fact that remember that I was explaining to you that the Fanatic Mindset came from the idea of saying we all have something we're fanatical about, and if we tap into that, we can actually monetize it and make a living out of it. And that's exactly what you're saying about this talent or this fanaticism, if I can call it that, around wellness and how it's serving you. So how does it work out when you what's the actual service to other people? Do you have classes?
I have classes. I host private sessions. I have it's so crazy. I can't even tell you what I do because I don't know what I do.
Sure.
People just call me and say, this is the person. This is what's happening. Can you create something that can work for this specific time? Like I promise you, there's people that have called me and they say, listen, all we have is 20 minutes and we have a group of 200 people and they're going to change. Can you create something? And then I'll decide, okay, cool. Is this, for example, a workspace? Is it a corporate wellness class? What's going on here? Are we focusing on productivity in the workspace? Are we focusing on ethics and morals? Are we focusing on radical responsibility? I find out what's happening and then I curate classes for that. Is this a class that's more commercial? Is this a weekend class? Are we focusing on journaling? Are we focusing on intention setting, manifestations, affirmations? Is this a class where people are used to working out? Do they want something more physical? Are we doing Pilates? Are we doing movement? Are we doing yoga? Are we incorporating a bit of dance? So I can't tell you what I do. All I know is that they come to me and they say to me, this is the time we have curate something. And so far, that's the work that I've done. It's like even in the character work, I didn't know who Beauty was. I didn't know how she spoke. All they said to me is, this is a girl from Pitori and she's a hairdresser. And then I took that, I put it on my back. I remember I was having a conversation with Presley and then we started going to taverns. And then we started going to little salons and then we started going to neighborhoods and we started muting different kinds of beauty. And then you start piecing it together. So even in the wellness, in the healing, that's how it works. It's like, okay, cool. When I identify this is what's needed, I'm going to take half of that. But every time before I start my class, the first question I'll ask my audience members is, what are we healing today? What's going on? Because I believe in collective consciousness. If you're standing before me, you're my mirror. That means whatever is wrong with you is wrong inside of me.
Yeah.
And if I can't see that, that means I haven't healed it. So that's why I'd be triggered. So what are we working on today so that we can further humanity as a whole?
I have no words. I'm just like,
I'm so sorry.
No, but it's because I think it is because I am marveling at the depth with which you embrace it. I think a lot of the time when people talk, and I mean I've chatted to a lot of people about what they're fanatical about, and some people will say this is what I'm fanatical about, but then very quickly monetize it. But it feels like for you actually spend time in this space, understanding it, analyzing it, feeling it, working with it, for you to be able to actually put it as an offering and also be confident enough that when you do offer it to people, it's going to be meaningful.
Wow, intention, man, intention. The assignment is alignment. I really, really feel that when you do something from a pure point of view, God will always be with you. Like, faith will not lead me where the seed in my heart, which is passion, will not be watered.
Sure.
Like, money is the last thing. Faith will not lead me where the seed in my heart, which is called passion, will not be watered. God planted that seed in my heart before I knew what it was. So now that I'm here, how dare I think of scarcity? How dare I think of doubt? How dare I be afraid?
Yeah.
Then I'm not ready to be the testimony. Yes. Then I don't want what I think I want that bad. Then I don't know that I'm the chosen one. You need to walk into that calling and take responsibility. It's like motherhood. Everybody can give birth, but not everybody can be a mother.
Man. So then there is, I suppose for me, what really shocks me about you is, I mean, there was a lady here that in a previous episode who does the shoes, by the way, guys. Remember Umzi?
Ooh, those are cute.
Stunning.
Those are South African.
These are South African.
Those are beautiful.
South African brand
Girl.
called Umzi. She
Beautiful.
brings them in from Brazil, but then it's her design.
Nice.
Basically. Yeah.
Those are stunning. Those are so cute.
Beautiful. So I said to her, she's a unicorn because she has the ability to be fully into this space, but also fully an IT consultant, which is and a mother and a wife. But I place you in that same kind of grouping of unicorns because I think it's so difficult to be able to have the level of depth that you have around wellness and still have the same level of depth around acting in that role and still have the same level of depth about farming. Let's talk about farming.
So I think of myself as a shapeshifter.
Yes!
Yes, indeed. And I'm not ashamed. I don't box myself. And the reason why shapeshifter is because each level in my life requires a different version of me. And I've understood that. And I'm not going to apologize for being somebody that this level requires. And if you feel like I've changed, I'm sorry. That just means I couldn't have brought you where I am. And nobody can understand you at a depth where they haven't met themselves. So if people don't know why I had to leave them behind, that's okay. I hold space. Once they're done with the work, we can have the conversation.
Sure.
But for now, what don't try behind? So go like it's and go placing. Go be ala di grond.
Oh,
so about that.
Wow. Wow.
So I grew up on a farm.
Yeah.
In Makapanstad in a village. When the acting was going very well, I had a conversation with myself. Buy a Range Rover, buy a farm. Buy a Range Rover, buy a farm. Oh, hell no. When life ain't gonna work out, I ain't gonna afford that tire, girl. That service plan. Hell no. But here's this thing that I already know how to steer this boat.
Yeah.
So never iteng modimo umphile madi to see, am I gonna flip that bag or am I gonna blow it? Because then we're gonna say, well, hey, things passed us by.
Wait.
No, chumi we nwile and rightfully so, because we are not taught financial literacy.
No, we're not.
I probably blew my first million. Like, I ain't gonna lie, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I can count, but when you look at it, you're like,
it's not something that was of value.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
And also, nobody has the conversations with you to say how to prioritize, how to calculate net and gross profits, how to actually, what do you invest in, what do you do, you know? Also, because I get it, you're trying to hide that little bit that you have, so you're not black text more than what you already are.
Oh, yes. I know exactly what you mean. Like, if I demonstrate that there is an extra little million somewhere, the door, somebody's gonna come knocking.
And that time
it's like when I was saying this to a friend of mine I bought an incredibly beautiful car, and I was saying, watch, you're gonna get more requests for money than ever before.
Yes.
What people don't understand is the money has gone to the car.
Yeah.
It was here, but it's not here anymore.
No.
It's gone to the car. So having the asset and acquiring the asset doesn't mean that there's more money coming.
And also the money is not for you. Every month. 10%. How did you hold 10,000? 1,000 rand. Sharp 1,000 rand. It might not seem like a lot to you. But every month 10% ya tithe ingebe ke isa go kerekeng or ke tsentsa ngwana go high school or ya go wena nna ke lo berekela wena for tawa tshuni.
I love that clarity in your mind. No. So then the farm starts. Because I have green fingers. How am I going to make money? How am I going to flip it? And you're not judging the plants in my house, are you?
No. Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
But that's not a issue. That's very much alive. That's just the sun issue. It's placement. Placement, yeah. That's fine. That's very much alive.
It's salvageable?
My dear, that plant is actually probably thriving. That's like, I look at plants like I look at humans. I'll never say it's fully dead until I see the root. Yeah.
You are so gifted.
I try. I lived a life where I didn't want people to feel like I'm giving up on them, because I know how it feels like to be given up on.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so like the most you can do is just wake up, plants, wake up, water it, give it a bit of sunlight, a little bit of vitamin D. You know, that's the best dopamine, you know? Yeah, you know, and not that artificial dopamine, that real dopamine, the real thing that lasts longer in your system. So
these green fingers, you are like, I'm buying a farm, I'm using my green fingers, and I'm going to commercialize it. I think that is the most important thing.
And I'm going to commercialize it.
Yeah.
I'm going to sell spinach, I'm going to sell green peppers, I'm going to sell chilies, I'm going to sell kale, I'm going to sell lettuce. I'm going to sell what I need to sell in order for me to not lay on my back for a living.
Yeah. Say that again.
I'm gonna sell whatever I need to sell to not lay on my back for a living. Yes. And I'm making an honest living. So if you feel like how I'm not graveling on my knees.
Yeah.
Because babang ariture, but nothing against them. We need those people in life. They keep a healthy
balance.
And also the ecosystem rabatok. The parasite the others in the ecosystem, what they're meant for.
Sure.
Rabatok.
That is amazing.
Rabatok. And shout out to them.
Because I mean, it's decisions that they're waking up every day and making, right? Like, and I always say this is, don't make it look like you haven't decided to do what you're doing.
That's my next thing.
Yeah.
If anything, I think they're braver than me. Like way braver. Like girl, you're brave. You're brave. Okay, like you know. So for you to commit to your desires at that level, shout out to you.
Yeah.
The rest of us, like obviously I'm not perfect. I've made my perfect share of mistakes.
Yes.
I've kissed my frogs.
Yes.
But there's certain things where I'm like, more leveling.
Yeah. No.
Maybe I'm not that desperate.
Yeah. And I think because of the one thing about you is you actually have quite a commercial brain. So you recognize, if I've got green fingers. This can do something for me financially. If I have the ability to create wellness for myself, I can actually translate that into creating wellness for others and making money out of it. And that mindset for me is what's magical.
So, passion then profit.
Yes.
Because you'll profit from your passion, but you might not be passionate about your profit.
You will what?
You will profit from your passion, but you might not be passionate about your profit. That's why we find a lot of people that are resentful towards their work, where they're not happy about what they do.
But and woman
I think I'm going
you're pushing on.
But I don't blame them. I really don't blame them. In Cyril's economy, in a world where nothing is promised, in a world where we beat each other down, where we don't hand out our hand to say to someone, I'm here. Should you need something, I'm the safe space. So they go searching for themselves in places where they actually lost themselves, thinking they'll come back with who they used to be. Powerful. And now they just become a prisoner of that loop of living like that. You know, and so
and how do you get out of it if you're already being judged?
You need a strong community. You need a strong community. You need people that are going to support you, and you also need to be ready for the criticism and know that it is necessary.
I also love, just going back to the farming thing, I also love that you are so wholly aware of how it's going to make you look physically. Like, I'm going to be stepping in mud.
Yes. Take
it or leave it. I might show up with my fingers all muddy. Take it or leave it.
Of course.
I'm not selling a vision of myself. I have a bigger vision of creating wealth for my son. And that's really important for you.
I mean, for my son, I only wish him the best. I wish him financial freedom, mental emancipation. I wish he has freedom with himself. I wish he has no attachments to anything on earth. I wish that he's so provided for that he can self-actualize. He must actually skip to the top of Maslow's hierarchy needs. He mustn't wonder safety, psychological. I has 3 too, actually.
I get that.
Yeah, that's what I wish for him.
I get that.
Yeah, I don't want him to think, hey, bon, I'm auditioning.
I've got a surplus.
What do you want? Yeah, I don't feel like my child should feel like he should be an academic just because mom is now embarking on the masters and
a PhD.
And so now he feels pressure. If my son wakes up and all he wants to do is be a gardener, let him be a gardener. If he wakes, if that makes him happy, and he's the best gardener in the world, then I will go to every landscaping show. I will put up a banner. I will buy his flowers.
Girl, that's the Jewish in me.
You know,
the hardest working people that I watch a lot of documentaries, but the Jewish people work hard. They believe in community. They believe in generational wealth. So I think you definitely got that blood in you.
Girl, like I need the discipline. I need the discipline from that. I need to be like, okay guys, today Shabbos, and this is what we're doing. Because some days I don't feel like doing things.
Yeah,
I'm not the routine person.
I get that. Now let's transition to this business because I've been dying to talk about.
Let's talk about Therapy & Co.
It's called Therapy & Co.
Yes, Therapy & Co.
Okay, I love that name.
Inspired by me going to therapy. Therapy
but
and company.
Probably because of the wellness journey.
Of the wellness, definitely, yeah.
And at the end of this conversation, the question I think I'm going to ask you is, where do you get the time? Because I don't get it. Like, do you not have 24 hours like the rest of us?
I think it'll be like around 2.
What?
A.M.
4
or 5.
What?
Yeah, I think after giving birth, I'm just like an insomniac. Jeez. Like my work ethic has went up the wall. Like I can be up.
I think being a mother has given you even a bigger sense of purpose in working hard. Do you know
I think also I really want my son to be able to say, this is what my mom did for me. Not my mom depended on my dad. And I also want him to have a good role model of what it is to be a woman. I'm not saying anything against anybody, but aska feel like if he decides he wants to spoil someone's daughter and make them a housewife, that's his decision. Yes. But not for him to get to somewhere and someone already it's not fair.
No, that's not fair.
It's not fair.
That's not fair. So Therapy & Co.
Therapy & Co.
Tell me the basis of is it kind of like, you know, some people will be like, well, it's based on natural ing, or somebody will be like I had a lady on who was like, hers is more about cannabis and how to.
Mine was all about sustainability. How do we harvest sustainable products that are part of our environment, that we don't need much from. I told you that this thing in I mean, mazeta khala ba tlhapa ka matswai for moria. Why right bath salt is brand new. Like the oils that we use, was that how olive oil so it was like all the things I knew from back home. You look at the sugar scrubs, shea butter, and also the reason why glass is because you can reuse and repurpose. Sustainability, you need to recycle, leaving a green footprint on earth. So after I leave, what am I going to say I did for the earth also?
So is this like the full range of
no,
products? There's more?
Oh, I have journals. I have journals. I have 4 journals. I have journals for actors, for the workspace, for pregnant women. I have journals for self. I have candles. I have quite a lot. I bought the body products because this is the one everybody is crazy about right now, and this is what's popping.
Jeez.
Yeah, and I published all the journals myself. Like it's all self-written.
Self. I think what I want to say about the products in particular, even the journal, I mean all of it, is that there isn't like you, Gina is the brand, and then there's a different company doing the work.
No.
You are literally mixing the salts yourself, the oils yourself.
Yes.
You are doing that work.
Part of the healing.
Gosh.
So
tell me about, let's take this for example.
Okay.
This is the bath salt.
Yes.
How do you get to a point where it is like a product? You've packaged it and you can sell it.
I mean, I started the business actually a few years ago with a friend under a different name. You may. Under a different name.
Yes, Sal.
Yes, I like to find. Yes, Sal. Under a different name.
Yeah.
And then we just had different visions.
Okay.
Yeah. And then it didn't work out. I became very demotivated. I was down. I was so afraid of starting because everybody was doing it, and I hid, and I was like, yo, but then I was like, no, Khala, this is what you've always wanted to do. Because so I woke up one day and I was like, I'm registering.
Sure.
And then after registering, I was like, I'm gonna go buy products.
Sure.
So product does register. All I knew is this is the name, this is what I'm doing. And every day was applying a practical application that brought me closer to execution.
Oh, discipline.
So, hauna 3 hours stock. CIPC business registration 175.
Yeah.
Only 175. Why
do
register?
that?
Because the universe will not give you a car with not petrol.
Yo.
You need to have operational cars.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, cool, let me work towards that. And now we're here and we're growing and selling out all the time.
This is the bath salt. Let me show everybody.
That's the bath salt, yeah.
This is the bath salt. And guys, when I say this smells like I need to go take a bath right now, and I would sit in the bath forever. Like if I could put it in the pool to make my pool smell like this,
I can smell it from here.
Right? And then we've got
a body scrub.
A body scrub.
Yes, with coconut sugar.
Guys, it's a coffee scrub, and I love coffee. I love the smell of coffee.
Yes.
How did you come up with the idea of a coffee scrub? I've never actually even thought of a body scrub being coffee flavored.
Just the antioxidants that coffee has and the benefits it has on our skin. There's coffee masks. So I did a lot of research, and it was easier for me to start with coffee instead of like moving the turmeric route, because turmeric, the idea powder and whatever.
Okay.
So because I didn't have the funds in the beginning to do everything myself.
Yeah.
So it was the easiest one to do first.
Sure.
Because I was like, okay, cool, if I turmeric and then maybe you die.
And then
something in there. So until I can afford to like also broaden up the range and everything, I started with coffee, and that's the truth.
So I love the thing that makes you powerful, and that will make even your brand powerful, is how systematic you are. Because you can ask any of the richest people in the world or the biggest entrepreneurs, they will tell you that it is not grandiose that sells.
Yeah.
It's discipline.
It has to be.
It has to be. You could, on this podcast, there are videos where I only get 25 views. It is grueling.
Yeah.
But it's the discipline of continuing even when it's hard. And that's what you've done with this business.
Babe, some days I have a month where I don't sell.
Yeah.
And then I have a month where I sell out.
Sure.
And then you just have to remember that, okay, cool, in that month that I didn't sell, what did I do? What didn't I do? You know?
Have that conversation
with
yourself.
So it's different. Every month,
This one. Let's talk about this one.
Ooh, that's the baby. That's the best seller right there.
Is it?
That's the best seller right there.
Whipped body butter.
And I whip it myself, girl. I'll be flicking that wrist.
Oh, I mean, so what is this like? We glitter every day? Is it for that? Like
glitter every day on the body, glow. It helps with pigmentation. It helps with dehydration. It locks in the moisture. Yeah.
And then, is this still the
these are bath salts, but then now there's been a demand in the corporate space and in the part event space where people want a smaller one. So when you're having your baby showers, when you're having your goodie bags, your event, thank you bags. Yeah, this is your baby. This is where to go for a smaller one.
Corporate. So I'm a marketer and I have a lot of marketers who follow guys.
Yeah, Therapy & Co. Got you.
Therapy & Co. Hello.
Yeah.
And then let's talk about the oil last.
Ooh, girl. I mean, the oil. The oil. I mean, a lot of the girls that use perfume love the oil. I remember Farida once. Yes, you can open it. Farida once said, before she puts on her perfume, she just does a few dabs and it lasts long.
Oh.
So yeah, you can put it on your hands. You can just taste, just feel the quality. Don't taste it. You can drink the ingredients, but I don't suggest you. Everything is edible here.
Umaga.
How? Everything here is edible.
Body butter.
Body butter like a butter.
Oh wow.
Cocoa butter, coconut oil. Everything is edible because
oh wow.
Yeah.
So, I mean, for me, on top of everything that you've spoken about, the farm, the acting, it is just mind-blowing that you still have the ability, the passion, the time to do this. Because for me, this is what South Africans need to see. When we sit and say we're waiting to find jobs, there are no jobs. There is only one way that jobs are going to be created. When a Gina, who is also an actress, who is also probably a voiceover, a TV producer, says, I've got to do more. If there's one thing I've been given, it's time, and I've got to do more in that time. Like, I've got to fill up those hours. And I said to you when we spoke, because I do want to say this, for me, you sit in the same spaces as the Jessica Albas of the world.
Oh, I love that.
That's where you sit. People who have had a lot of success in acting and artistry, but who have pulled back on that and recognized that there's so much more that I can give.
You know what I always say, Tlalane? Acting is not who I am, it's what I do. Yeah. When your identity is tied to something that you do, it becomes a problem, because what happens when the country shuts down again? You lock down. Now you can't act. Now you forget who you are. Depression, mental health, the anxiety, the panic attack. Acting is what I do. It's not who I am. TV, then what am I gonna do?
Yes.
Then who am I?
Sure.
Hey, so once you know who you are, you can do anything.
I love it. You should also be a motivational speaker. I'm sure you do that.
I'm so unhinged. Cancel culture prohibits people like me saying anything. I'll be saying things, they'd be like, Allah, I'm very unhinged. I'm not curated.
You're not. I mean, this conversation is very much proof of that, right? So thank you. But now, thank you. I mean, I've thanked you for being who you are, but now I want to thank you for honoring my space.
Thank you.
I remember when I invited you, I said it's a small little niche podcast. You're like, why are you leading with that? Why are you telling me it's small?
Don't do that. High vibrations, sugar. We're doing this thing. We're doing this thing. You come into my podcast, we're gonna have a conversation, and we're here now.
And I can tell you that people who nobody would even recognize, who I have to talk to for 4 months, and then they still don't pitch. And then there's you, who I spoke to 2 weeks ago, who's like, oh, I can't do it this weekend, but I'll do it next weekend.
Yeah, last week I was doing something.
Yeah.
I'm organizing a festival, so I think I was doing location Reiki. Yes.
And then you're like, I can do it next weekend.
Yeah, of course.
I actually thought, like, so I was anxious because I thought, is she serious? Is she actually going to do it?
You know what God does when Tlalane? Whenever where you are going, who are you taking with you? Because there are people who will want you to do good, but not better than them. There are people who won't believe in the vision because they don't have foresight. That's why beyond what I can see. That's why third eye is important. Yoga is not something that is Western. Third eye abana yona, so ba ka se believe mo Tlalane o irang o tlo re leave ba le jealous ba so ba le jealous because bona ba iri ba wish gore ke ba le courage eo or ba wish nke be o le down o le kone o le koteng hona ba no nka rutsugile ba iputsa gore bathong mara celebrity ba sa itseng ba ile mo support. When over meeting, over phone now, ba tlhoka something, aba khonlo for 10 minutes
that's the life. And so you've honored me today.
You've honored
in a way
me. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
I'm such an unpredictable pick because I never know what I'm going to say. So thank you for being like, girl, come through. Girl, come through. I didn't say anything that bad today, so I'm glad
you said nothing bad. I think yours was positive vibes all through.
Thank you.
So thank you.
Glimmers.
That was my conversation.
Wait, can I ask you a question?
Oh, yeah.
I think I'm old, right? So did Cyril come up with this?
Cyril?
The cupcake.
Yeah, I know the cupcake, but what is...
I don't know, he got that meme doing this. Somebody told me I need to start doing this now. Apparently, like, we don't do this no more, we do this.
Oh, I thought that was like an artist thing. Like when you guys do Hanakiding, the poetry in Tontons.
It's like this?
Oh, that's that?
Yes,
okay.
That's snap. But that's the
I've seen my kids do this, but I don't know what it means.
But we're doing it now. Okay! Because it's hot over here.
And that's it. That's the close of episode 4 of season 2. Thank you.
Jinx.